Hey guys, Cole from Egress FX here. I wanted to do another demo this week for the current project I'm going to have up for sale. This is Circuit Bent George Bush. He has multiple trigger inputs plus a CV input for modulation of the pitch. He does a lot of cool things. And as always, I'm going to give you guys tips on how to do this stuff yourself. We're going to go to the CV diagrams now. I'm going to explain these a little bit for you. So this is a basic, simple Vactrol driver from Phil Baju. Get it from ruinelectronics.com. On the left you can see that you have a simple LDR. Everybody knows how to roll their own LDR in LED combo, making a Vactrol. On the right side of the LDR it says 2 circuit. That's basically your pitch resistance, so your potentiometer, the fixed resistor, body contacts. Basically this is how you would add CV control to all of your bending projects. On the right you have a lot more components, but it's still pretty simple. 1 transistor, an extra pot for a manual CV. Basically that's your bias. That would set the low trim of your pitch, and then the CV would go up and down from there. These are very simple, very easy projects to add CV to your current projects, and I would definitely print these out and check out those websites that I'm about to show you here. So this is from the Square Wave Parade, even more capable voltage to resistance. This is just a zoomed in part of the full diagram over at that website, but this is a very great website, and the CV is what I use to put in most of my projects, whether it's audio or video. I tweak the input resistors and stuff like that, but this is a very great circuit for adding really great CV control to your projects. I have a new wave CV generator from Parasite Studios. I didn't put up the schematic here, but we're going to use that to control the modulation of the pitch here. So to start off with the basic controls, George Bush has 2 different banks, inspirational and funny, and each one has 8 to 10 different sayings. I think he has probably over 5 minutes worth of samples, 3 minutes to 5 minutes worth of samples, and I have each bank of the samples on trigger inputs. Alright, so that wasn't the basic function. So this is the basic function.
These acts were intended to frighten us, but they have failed. Acts can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but cannot touch the foundation of America.
So that's an inspirational quote. He also has funny.
I was raised in the west of Texas. It's pretty close to California. It's more wild.
So yeah, he's spitting his propaganda, and you have a basic pitch control here. He goes too high, he kind of glitches out.
They have failed. Acts can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but cannot touch the foundation of America.
So everybody's obviously familiar with basic circuit bending, and that's what that would be. But when we add a CV generator here, this is basically an LFO creating 0 to 5 volts in multiple different ways. There's square, triangle, sample and hold, and sequencer mode. But for our purposes for this video, we're using triangle mode, and you can see it's just a pretty tame rate there. But the depth and slide, that's going to be the extra controls, and you get a lot of drastic changes in the modulation when you add those extra CV controls. And this is how you would get some really cool parameters so that you could have this thing playing itself and trigger it with your sequencer and not have to have any hands on it, but then it's still giving you random glitchy goodness.
I am now part of the
CD mod is up. Now we have the pitch being modulated by the triangle LFO here. I don't know why. So we can change the depth of it. Turn the slide down. And then this pitch controls the CV mod.
We'll be better tomorrow, bro.
And so you have a bass pitch set over here, and then your LFO modulates it up. And so, let's see if we can get anything.
I have made the judgments of the past. Oh, have made judgments in the future. If we build some things, we'll see.
So you turn the depth up. It's a more subtle effect. You turn the depth down for some reason. And you turn the slide down, then you get a more drastic change between high and low rather than a subtle. So as you can see, you get a lot of different modulation from just a simple Vactrol. Adding jacks, a couple extra jacks. You can now control this from your synthesizer or BeatStep Pro over here. You could have them sequenced on every first beat, and then if he gets hit again on the first beat again, he just stops. So if you had like a really fast rhythm, he would start stop a lot, and then you would get a lot of crazy. And then you could take this even further. You could use a Vactrol to control a Vactrol. You could use the Vactrol to control the depth and the rate and everything else over here from even another thing. So basically that's how CV works. It's a very cool thing to add to your projects. I hope this kind of helped you guys. As always, you can find me on my Reddit community, EgressFX, egressfx.com. I have a landing page over there and trying to get started and start posting some more products. I can do video, audio mods for you guys. I've been working on a lot of video stuff lately. Drop me an email at egressfx@gmail.com for any questions or commissions. I'm willing to take commission on video projects right now, but I don't have any in stock, so you'd have to send me your unmodified unit, but I can easily get those squared away within the next couple weeks, and you won't have to be on a waiting list for years like a few other people. And as always, I add all these CV controls to every one of my projects. A lot of the basic archers I'm adding an LFO so that you can have LFO control over different glitches. Very simple stuff, guys. If you have any more questions, shoot me a like, a comment, subscribe, comment down below, ask me whatever you need, but find me over on Reddit. It's where I'm more active, getting a lot of engagement over there. Hope you guys found this useful, and as always, have fun, be safe.